Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fumble Sports Show on this Sunday, this NFL Week 16 Sunday. For so many of you, it is fantasy football playoff time. For a number of you, it is just another day in which you can bet on football. And I have to admit, the last 48 hours have been some of the best for football fans of all time. Maybe a few too many blowouts in college, but when you're getting football, good football, high quality football from Saturday night all through Sunday, all through Monday, man, it's a great time to be alive. Appreciate you being with us. Hope you guys are going to be with us for the entirety of the show. We have 2 hours of content coming at you ahead, so make sure you throw your questions, your comments in the chat. That's what we're here for, to help you guys out with your fantasy questions. Elwood Blues, Tyreek Hill or BTJ is a really tricky call for me. I'm going to lean Tyreek Hill more because I'm trusting Tua over Mac Jones, but I understand BTJ's played well over the last few weeks, but I'm going to lean Tyreek Hill just barely. Tony, good morning to you. Okie on the fly, Purdy or Tua. I'm going to lean just slightly towards Tua. I actually have a little bit more belief in the Miami Dolphins pass defense. Miami Dolphins pass defense so far this year, top 7, top 8 in the league. Just a little bit better than the 49ers in my opinion. So even though the 49ers might have come on strong, I like the Tua side a little bit more, I think. Might give you some indication how I feel about that game in general. If you're watching over on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, get your questions in the chat. I know we have a lot of people joining us. Anthony, pick one. Devontae Smith, Dowdle, or B-Rob. This is a close call across the board. I'm going to lean Rico Dowdle, believe it or not. Dowdle's the one I like the most, just ahead of Brian Robinson Jr. Kyle Bond, Stafford or Love. I'd go Jordan Love. And between Ford and Miller, I'm going to lean Ford, believe it or not. I like the matchup against the Bengals run defense, so it's going to be Love and it's going to be Ford. Love and Ford. Ryan, start Tajay Spears or Miller. It's a tricky one because Tony Pollard is going to play today, so Tajay Spears' value does come down a bit, but I'd actually go Tajay Spears. A lot of what I saw last week gives me hope for this week. Appreciate your questions. Hope you're enjoying the show no matter where you're watching. Chris, pick up Kraft if Njoku is out. Yep, that's a great call. Cody Stewart, start Stafford, Rodgers, or Richardson. This is a really tough call for me because I think Anthony Richardson probably does get a rushing touchdown. I kind of want to lean towards Anthony Richardson a little bit, again, because the rushing touchdowns. If I had to go with anyone other than that, it would be Rodgers. I don't know if I have enough faith in Rodgers, even though he's played well over the last 2 weeks. I'll go Anthony Richardson because of that rushing touchdown capability. Monique, Myers, or Chuba Hubbard. Really tough call, actually. I think this is a good matchup for both of them. I'm going to go Chuba Hubbard just barely, but doesn't mean I don't like Jacoby Myers, just prefer Chuba Hubbard. Tony Delgado, is Ertz playing? I have Strange. So Ertz is supposedly going to play. The word, at least on social media as of this morning, Zach Ertz is listed as questionable, trending towards playing. That's according to Ian Rappaport and his sources. Again, let me repeat. For Tony Delgado, according to Ian Rappaport on Twitter, Zach Ertz is listed as questionable and trending towards playing. I still actually think I like Strange a little bit more, believe it or not. Nuve DK, Hawkinson or Kraft. I'd go Hawkinson, believe it or not. I'd go Hawkinson. Kyle Bond, Jennings or London. That's a tough call. It depends how much you believe in Michael Penix Jr. Overall, I think I'm going to lean just slightly towards London, but it's a close call. I lean London, but it's a close call. Michaela Petro is asking between Keenan Allen, McMillan, Miller, and Thielen. Who would I go with? I'd go McMillan and Thielen. McMillan and Thielen, I think, would be the two. Brandon Castillo, I'd go Love. London. Brandon Castillo, I'd go London. 2B Huncho, I would go JT. 2B Huncho, I'd go Jonathan Taylor. Pedro, since Cade Otton is out on the waiver wire, you got some options. I like the tight end for the Tennessee Titans. He would be someone I have my eye on today. We are going to give out picks throughout the course of the show. You guys know how we do. When we get live gold confetti on TikTok, we give out a free pick. But that's not really free because you got to give something. So, when we hit 10,000 likes or we hit 10 shares, 10,000 likes or 10 shares, we're going to give out a truly free pick, a pick that you don't have to pay for. I'll just put up on my big board for everyone to see. Tony Delgado, I'd go Reed. Tony Delgado, I'd go Reed. Fotana, I'd start Darnold. Fotana, I'd start Sam Darnold. Nuve DK, I think I lean James Cook. New DK, it's close between Bucky and James Cook. Kind of a coin flip for me. I lean Cook, I think, but close call. Michaela Petro, Falcons or Cardinals defense? Man, I think I'd go Falcons, even as bad as they played. It's more a statement about facing the Giants. Luis Salazar, start one. I'd go Hawkinson. Luis Salazar, I'd go Hawkinson. Will, Hurts, or Mayfield? Great question. I'd go Baker Mayfield. I think other than the rushing touchdown risk, I think Baker's the better play. Chris Steinbeck, Tua or Love? It's Jordan Love. Jordan Love, Chris. Dylan, pick 2. CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, or Amon-Ra St. Brown? Tricky. Dylan, I'm going to go CeeDee Lamb, and I'm going to go Mike Evans. I don't love sitting Amon-Ra St. Brown, but the Bears' pass defense is better than their run defense. I think CeeDee Lamb and Mike Evans are the better plays. Raggedy Pancakes, I'd go Strange. Raggedy Pancakes, I'd go Strange. Monique, between Myers and Shakir, I think that is as close a call as you get today. I think they're going to have very similar point values. I'd probably lean towards Shakir because I trust Josh Allen a little bit more, but Monique, coin flip of a call between Myers and Shakir. Ryan Daughtry, Tracy, McMillan, or Debo. Tyrone Tracy Jr. is playing. I'd go Tyrone Tracy Jr. Tyrone Tracy Jr. Roberto, pick 2. London, Jennings, Addison, and Shakir. I'd go London, and I'd go London and Shakir, even though it means I'm missing out on Addison. London and Shakir are the 2 for me. Haley Bradford, I'd go DK. Haley Bradford, I'd go DK Metcalf. When we hit 10,000 likes or 10 shares on TikTok, we are going to give away a free pick. Forgive me, I'm battling something today. You might hear it throughout the course of the show, but there's no reason to not be live today. It's fantasy football playoff time. It's week 16. We only have a few weeks left of the season, so let's tough it out. One slumpy man, I'd go DK. One slumpy man, I'd go DK Metcalf. Pedro Cerna, I'd go Hill. Pedro Cerna, I'd go Tyreek Hill, though I don't feel great about it. Michaela Petro, I'd go Laporta. Michaela Petro, I'd go Laporta. Keith, what's up, Squealers? I'd go, between Goff and Caleb Williams, I feel like it's a coin flip. I'm going to go Goff just barely. And between the running backs, I think I'd go Ramondre Stevenson. So Goff and Ramondre. Fotana, Vikings or Cowboys. On the defensive side, tough call, honestly. I'd probably go Vikings. I don't have as much faith in the Cowboys when they're not facing a god-awful opponent. Starduster, cornucopia of knowledge. Appreciate you saying it. Which one would I sit? I'd probably sit for the moment. Tough call. Wow, that's a tough call, Starduster. I like all of them. I would start Chuba Hubbard. I'd start James Cook. It's between... You know what, Starduster? I'll sit James Cook. I'll play Brown, Bucky, and Hubbard. I'll sit James Cook. I'll take a bit of a risk, and I'll play Brown, Bucky, and Chuba Hubbard. That's where I come out. Keegan, I'd go DJ Moore. Scotty Delph, I'd go Bucky. Iman, 18, I'd go Ramondre Stevenson. Iman, 18, Ramondre Stevenson. Fitz Golf needs 2. I'd go Shakir. That's a great call. I'd go Shakir as one of them, and I'd probably lean towards McMillan. Fitz Golf, I'd go Shakir and McMillan, I think. Brian, do you think the wind in Seattle is worth sitting Addison? It's not directly related to that, but it does come into my thinking. Chris Meek, Jordan Love, or Jaden Daniels. It's Jordan Love. Jaden Daniels has a tough matchup today. Keith, last one. Love or Kyler Murray? I'd go Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray would be the play for me today. Eric Anderson, pick 2. I'd go Bucky and Tracy Jr. Eric Anderson, Bucky and Tracy Jr. We're almost at 10,000 likes. When we get there, we'll give away our first pick of the day. Our first free pick, that is. Zerk PhD, I'd go Jordan Love. Zerk PhD, I'd go with Jordan Love. Spike 1535, I'd go Stranger. Spike 1535, I'd go Stranger. Storytime 97, I'd go McLaurin. Storytime 97, I'd go McLaurin. Shanzo, tough call here between Thielen and London. I lean London just barely. It's a close call for me, though. Cook wants a free pick put up on the board. Cook, appreciate you supporting the show. Let's get a pick up on the big board so everyone can see some of my favorite picks of the day. Let's go to our first game pick of the day. We'll start with the game pick. This is one of my favorite picks of the day. I like the Colts on the money line. I like the Colts on the money line. Tough loss last week to the Broncos. Really should have, I don't want to say should have won, but should have been much closer if Jonathan Taylor doesn't have that mistake. I actually like what I've seen from Anthony Richardson since he's come back. Most, really in the red zone. Love how they're using him again in that kind of power run game in the red zone inside the 5-yard line, much like a Josh Allen, a Cam Newton kind of player. Like what I'm seeing from the Colts, they have a lot to play for today. The Tennessee Titans have bupkis to play for. I'm going to take the Colts on the money line. Colts on the money line. First pick we're giving out. We have another pick to give out, though, for you because we've hit 10,000 likes. Because we've hit 10,000 likes, I'm going to give out a player prop, okay? First player prop bet of the day. I am going to take... Speaking of this same game, I am going to take Jonathan Taylor over 79.5 rushing yards. I think Jonathan Taylor bounces back today and has a strong performance. Again, I think he's embarrassed by what happened last week, but he played well outside of that one mistake. So I like Colts on the money line. I like Jonathan Taylor over 79.5 rushing yards. Reminder, if you want every bet that I make every day, DM me on Instagram. Fumble Sports, DM me on Instagram. I give away my picks for free every day. You don't have to pay me for them, but all you have to do is DM me on Instagram. Go to buttfumblesports.com. Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. That's my handle, Buttfumble Sports. Just DM me. I'll hook you up with all of my picks all day long. By the way, we've been cooking. Obviously, the public, I should step back. We did incredibly well yesterday. So did every person in the public. So I don't want to claim too much credit for yesterday just because we went perfect with our bets, because I hope everyone took the home favorites in college football and the NFL yesterday. Felt like a very home favorite kind of day. Jordan Johnson, I'd go Kyler Murray. Jordan Johnson, Kyler Murray. Between the tight ends, if Njoku's healthy, I'd go Njoku. So Jordan, the tight end question's about who's healthy, but Kyler Murray 1, Njoku if he's healthy 2. I'd go Rico Dowdle. If Tony Pollard were out, I might lean Spears, but for the moment, I lean Rico Dowdle. So Jordan Johnson, Kyler, Njoku if he's healthy, and Rico Dowdle would be the 3. Robin Whitman, Myers or JSN? It's JSN. Jacoby's got a great matchup. Don't get me wrong. I really like him. I like Jacoby Myers on some player prop bets, but I think Jackson Smith and Jigba could have a monster game. He's really come on strong. We've finally seen what all that promise was about when he was at Ohio State. I like JSN, Robin. Robin Whitman, I'd go JSN. Excuse me. Justin, I'd go Murray over Love. Murray over Love just barely. Benicio, I'd go Metcalf. Benicio, I'd go Metcalf. Yo soy un pan, I'd go Rico Dowdle. Yo soy un pan, I'd go Rico Dowdle. David, it's a super flex for you. I'd go DJ Moore. I don't really want to double up, but I guess it's Caleb and DJ Moore. I don't have as much faith in Kupp and Jennings as maybe others do. Appreciate you watching the show. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that follow button. That way you never miss our show. We're live almost every single day. So just hit that follow button, folks. Who is Boss Man? I'd go DK. Who is Boss Man? I'd go DK Metcalf. Keith, second playoff team, I'd go Kyler Murray and I'd go Jordan Addison. Keith, Kyler Murray and Jordan Addison. Headshaw, I'd go Goff. Headshaw, I'd go Goff. Ragin' Cajun, I'd go McLaurin, Addison, and Hill. Ragin' Cajun, McLaurin, Addison, and Tyreek Hill would be the 3. Lucas Perez, I'd go Pollard. Lucas Perez, I'd go Pollard. Zach, I'd go Jonathan Taylor. Zach, Brian Robinson Jr. does not have a great matchup today. Eagles are a phenomenal run defense. Jonathan Taylor over B-Rob. Jonathan Taylor over B-Rob. Michael, I'd go Njoku if he's healthy. Otherwise, I'd go Kincaid. Njoku if healthy, Kincaid otherwise. We are closing in on another free pick. When we get to 20,000 likes on TikTok, we'll give away a free pick. Or at 10 shares on TikTok, another way you can get a free pick. Of course, if you're watching over on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, or Twitter X, throw your questions and comments in the chat as well. Liberda, pick one, Jennings, Marvin, or Thielen. I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. for that one, Liberda. I got to get another pickup on the board. We've got more live goal confetti. Because we got the live goal confetti, I'm going to give away another game pick, okay? Another game pick for all you sports bettors out there. I like the Rams on the money line. Rams on the money line today. Another situation where one team has everything to play for, another team is only in the role of spoiler. I like the Rams on the money line. Maybe some folks are concerned about that 1 o'clock start. Not me. Let me show you why really quick using killersports.com. This is one of the research tools we use. So, when the coach is Sean McVay and the start time is 1300 or 1 o'clock, 8-5 straight up. By the way, 10-2-1 on the over. However, when he's a favorite at that time, so a 1 o'clock favorite, he is 8-0. Let me repeat that in case you missed the research we just did. When Sean McVay's team are a favorite playing at 1 p.m. Eastern time, they are 8-0 straight up. They've never lost under that scenario. 8-0 straight up. And for all of those who want to bet the total, 6-1-1 towards the over. Let's put the total up here on the board as well. I like the over on this one. It's at 46.5, at least where it's set right now. We're going to move that just a little bit. If I could, I'd move the over-under on Rams and Jets. I'd move it to, let's say, 43.5. I like that a whole lot more. So we're going to take Rams on the money line because that's an undefeated trend. We're also going to take Rams and Jets over 43.5 total points. One more time, the reason we're going with that play of Rams on the money line, a Sean McVay coach team, when they are a favorite, playing at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8-0. If you're watching over on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Twitter, X, you can see the trend right up here on my screen. So everyone, I'm not lying about it. You can literally see it, 8-0 on the trend, 6-1-1 towards the over. Appreciate you guys watching the show. We got to get one more pickup on the board for everybody because we did get some live goal confetti. I'm going to give out a player prop bet for this one. Another player prop bet. Here we go. Next player prop bet is going to be, I'm going to take Josh Allen anytime touchdown. Josh Allen has been a fiend when it comes to scoring touchdowns over the last 5-6 weeks. I like Josh Allen to find the end zone again against the Patriots in Buffalo. I'll take Josh Allen anytime touchdown. Josh Allen anytime touchdown, latest pick up on the big board. When we get to 20,000 likes or 10 shares or we get more live goal confetti, more picks up on the board. Justin over on YouTube, I'd go Kyler Murray and Rachaad White. Justin Perriott, I'd go Murray and White. Murray and White. Appreciate you guys watching the show. Make sure you hit the follow button. TT Warrior, appreciate you keeping the audience calm. Fotana 4300. I think I lean Puka. I lean Puka maybe slightly more than Smith, but it's very, very close. P. Asha, I'd go Higgins, Ridley, and Adams. Higgins, Ridley, and Adams. P. Asha, Higgins, Ridley, and Adams would be the three. Chris Meek, I'd go Hall and Tracy Jr. Chris Meek, Hall, and Tracy Jr. would be the two for me out of that group. Blappy, I'd go Shakir just barely. Blappy, I'd go Shakir. Close call, but Shakir just barely. Queer on Avery, I'd go Kraft. Queer on Avery, I'd go Kraft. Unknown, I'd go DJ Moore and T. Higgins. Unknown, TJ Moore and T. Higgins, though I do have a Devontae Smith player prop bet that I really like. When we get to 20,000 likes, I'm going to give out a Devontae Smith player prop bet that I really like for today. Pedro Cerna, I'd go Tyreek Hill. Pedro Cerna, Tyreek Hill. Julio Ramirez, I'm leaning slightly towards Thielen, I think. Not loving it, but I lean Thielen because the matchup for B-Rob. Daniel, I'd go Tracy and Ford. Daniel, I'd go Tracy and Ford, believe it or not. Ricardo Sanchez, I'd go MHJ and Hill. MHJ and Hill. Fudd Gummers Lover, I'd go Ford. Fudd Gums Lover, I'd go Ford. Pedro Cerna, I'd go B-Rob. Pedro Cerna, I'd go B-Rob. Appreciate you guys watching the show. Hope you're loving the content. If you are, hit the follow button. No matter the platform you're watching on, make sure you follow. Make sure you're a member of this amazing community. By the way, Will, hit me up on Instagram, wants all my picks. Will Kunselman, I'm probably getting that wrong. You just got every bet I make. Charlie DM'd me. Charlie wants every bet I make. There you go. All you have to do is DM me on Instagram. You get every bet I make every day for free. That's a promise. Mike, I'd go Ridley. Mike, I'd go Ridley. Rose Dog 89, I'd go James Cook. Rose Dog 89, I'd go James Cook. Kill him Johnny, I'd go Darnold. Kill him Johnny, I'd go Darnold just barely. Close call though. BB, I'd go Baker. BB, I'd go Baker. Fontez, I'd go Shakir. Fontez, I'd go Shakir. Anthony Rico, Jones or JSN, I'd go JSN. Oh, choose two, I'd go Jones and JSN. Jones and JSN I think would be the two for me. Ford would be the one running back. Ford would be the one running back out of that group. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you're loving the content. A bunch of people just hit us up for picks. Johnny, thanks for hitting me up. You got every bet I make every day. Mr. Up It, you got every bet I make every day. How about David? David wants our picks. David, you get every single one. How about Justin D. Morales? Justin D., every bet I make. There you go. Access to every single one of them. Appreciate you watching the show. We just got to 20,000 likes on TikTok, so I owe you guys another player prop bet, and I promised it would be a Devontae Smith bet. I really like this player prop bet. I found it late last night. It's one that I'm high on. It is Devontae Smith over, I should rewrite this, Devontae Smith longest reception. Devontae Smith longest reception over 20 and a half yards. That's a player prop bet I really like. You guys know I don't usually go with longest reception bets, but I like this one today. 3 straight games against the Commanders. It's hit in all 3 games. Devontae Smith, longest reception over 20 and a half yards. Another player prop bet for you guys. Appreciate you watching the show. Hope you're loving the conversation. Woo! Half hour into the show. Let's keep it going. Butch, I love Taylor today. I do like Jonathan Taylor. Mario, I'd lean just slightly towards, wow. Mario, I'd lean London. I know the other matchups are better, but I think I trust London the most. Tyler, I'd go Ridley. Tyler Copsey, I'd go Ridley. Jay Favela, I'd go Pollard. Jay Favela, I'd go Pollard. G, I'd go Tracy Jr. I'd go Tracy Jr. Big Juicy, I'd go Darnold. Big Juicy 1226, I'd go Sam Darnold. Italian Sausage, I'd go Calvin Ridley. Italian Sausage, I think I'd go Calvin Ridley. It's close though. MK Nuts, I'd go MHJ. MK Nuts, I'd go MHJ. Gabe, I'd go Tyrone Tracy Jr. Gabe, I'd go Tyrone Tracy Jr. Appreciate your questions. Hope you're enjoying the show. Joss, thoughts on Scary Terry this week? Last time he played the Eagles, he got 2 points. Yeah, I don't like the matchup today. I know he's got great chemistry with Jaden Daniels, but there are some reasons to be a bit concerned in this one. Not a huge fan of Terry McLaurin today. Not one of my favorite wide receivers. He'd probably make the starting lineup in most leagues, though, just because I don't know too many people who are going to be able to outscore him, or at least we would think outscore him as a high floor play. Derek Jeter, thanks so much for DMing me on Instagram, Derek Jeter. You just got every bet I make. Joe, what's good? You just got every bet I make every single day. There you go, Joe. Keeping your questions coming. Riley, I'd go Ford. Riley Henkener, I'd go Ford. Liam, I'd go Higgins. Liam, I'd go Higgins. DJ Khaled Asparagus, I'd go Breece Hall. DJ Khaled Asparagus, I'd go Breece Hall. Sebast, I'd go Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving over Thomas and Myers. Jake, appreciate you saying good morning. Good morning to you. Couple of quick notes. I actually do have something I want to talk to you guys about really, really quick. Forgive me one quick moment, but I gotta say it because we've been following it all year long. Today is among the days that is the 80th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge. Battle of the Bulge took place between December 16th and about Christmas time, about 80 years ago, exactly 80 years ago in 1944. I ask you guys to do this once or twice every year. This is a day in which I'm going to ask you to do it. If you could, make a donation to the Wounded Warrior Project, the Pat Tillman Foundation, or a charity that supports wounded warriors or soldiers or former members of the military. 80 years ago today, heroes in the Ardennes forest made sure we had freedom that we still feel 80 years to the day. If you can, take a quick moment. I know you came here for fantasy football. You came here for sports betting. Why are we talking about this? Because if those brave men hadn't done what they did 80 years ago, we wouldn't be here and life wouldn't be the same. So if you could take a quick moment out of your time, could be $5, $20, whatever you're feeling comfortable giving, go to a great charity. Wounded Warrior Project, the Pat Tillman Foundation, or a charity of your choosing, and go make a donation in the memory of those who fought 80 years ago today in the Battle of the Bulge. I don't know if there are any members of the Battle of the Bulge fighters remaining. The 101st Airborne, the Screaming Eagles, Easy Company. I don't know if we have any members still alive, given it's 80 years and most of those men were in their early 20s. That said, in their honor and in their memory, I will be making a donation later today. I hope you guys do the same, because 80 years ago today, one of the most important battles in American and maybe world history happened, and we won. So fuck yeah. Go USA, and remember those who obviously sacrificed everything in order for us to have our freedom today. Forgive me for that quick moment. I know that's not what a lot of you came here for, but I appreciate you sticking through it. I'll probably bring it up later in the show again, but wanted to make sure I make mention of it because there is nothing more meaningful to me and my family than what happened 80 years ago. NAR over on TikTok. I am going with Jordan Love. NAR, I'm going Jordan Love. Appreciate the question. Ghost, I'd go Shakir over Hill. Ghost, I'd go Shakir over Hill. Appreciate the question. Hope you're having a great day. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're with us every time that we're live. Appreciate you being with us. Tony Delgado, I'd go Hubbard and Achan. Hubbard and Achan would be the two for me. Cody, I'd go Tyreek Hill. Cody, I'd go Tyreek Hill. Sean, I'd go, Sean, I think I'd go Kendre Miller, but it's a coin flip. Snoopy Lopez, would you start Michael Penix Jr.? Probably not. Not high on Michael Penix Jr. today, not one I'm feeling. No Velasquez, I'd go Moore and Patrick. No Velasquez, I'd go DJ Moore and Tim Patrick. Nick Pence, I'd go Thielen. Nick Pence, I'd go Thielen. Brian, I'd go CeeDee Lamb, JSN, and Neighbors. Brian, I'd go Lamb, Neighbors, and JSN. Lamb, Neighbors, and JSN. Mike, I'd go Kraft. Mike, I'd go with Kraft. Gabe, I'd go Kyler. Gabe, I'd go Kyler. Ray Gamer, I'd go Jacoby Myers and Garrett Wilson. Jacoby Myers and Garrett Wilson. I'd also go Hunter Henry. Jacoby Myers, Garrett Wilson, and Hunter Henry, Ray Gamer. Appreciate the question. AE, I think it's a high-risk play. I'm not against it, but you know it's a high-risk play, so you gotta have some stones to do it. SpongeBob, I'd go MHJ. SpongeBob, MHJ would be the play for me. Carman, 18, I'd go Thielen. Carman, 18, I'd go Thielen just barely. Bama Boy, I'd go Tyreek Hill and Moore. Bama Boy, I'd go Tyreek Hill and Moore. C-Roll, how are you on this Sunday? I am loving life. First of all, we just talked about an 80-year anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge. If that doesn't get you freaking pumped to be an American, I don't know what does. Second, we are in maybe the greatest weekend of football of all time. Between college football playoffs and the NFL, it's just been a great weekend of football, and we have even more to go. And third, I get to talk sports. I get to talk sports with each and every one of you. It is my favorite thing to do. I am so grateful to be here. So C-Roll, you know what I'm going to say. I'm loving my life. I'm living my best life, and it has to do with you, with this amazing day of football, and of course, for the heroes 80 years ago that preserved our freedom. Rose Dog, I'd go Goff over Daniels. Rose Dog, Goff over Daniels. User 57, I'd go DJ Moore. User 57, DJ Moore. Danny Rotz, I'd go Rico Dowdle. Danny Rotz, Rico Dowdle. Callan, I'd go Bills defense. Callan, I think I'd go Bills defense just barely. Luca, I'd go Ford. Luca, I'd go Ford, I think, over B-Rob, but it's close. Yeah, I don't like it because you got JSN and the Vikings. That's the reason I faded Walker. Eric Anderson, I'd go Tyrone Tracy Jr. Eric Anderson, Tyrone Tracy Jr. Ocho, I'd go Hall. Ocho, I'd go Hall. Bruck, I'd go Pollard over Kendre. Pollard over Kendre. I really like Tony Pollard today. Big on him. John, what are the Jets going to do, man? Are you talking about, like, in general this offseason? First, they've got to find a new head coach. I'm really curious to know who wants that job. It's not as attractive as a job as people think because they need a quarterback and because there's going to be some question marks about the quarterback in this year's draft. I think the Jets are actually not a great job. I think there are a lot of question marks. You have contracts that are coming up for Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Sauce Gardner. Something's got to be done about them. They don't have a long-term answer at quarterback. This quarterback class is not a great one. So I actually think the Patriots, believe it or not, may sound crazy to you, I think the Patriots are a better job to take if you're a head coach than the Jets because you got Drake May, you've got a ton of salary cap to spend with, you've got a few pieces like Christian Gonzalez. I think the Jets have more question marks than they have locked-in pieces. I think the Jets are a mess. We just got some more live goal confetti. Let's get a pickup on the board, everybody. Pick up on the board. Let's get another game pick on the board, everyone. Another game pick for all the folks out there. I'm taking Eagles on the money line. Eagles on the money line. I really respect what the Commanders have done this year, but I think the Eagles right now are the best team in the NFL. Now that the Lions are depleted with injuries, I still have questions about the Buffalo Bills. I know they've been scorching hot, but I got to see it to believe it. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are the most balanced team. Offense, they can run, they can pass. Defense, they can stop the run, they can stop the pass. They might be the best team in the trenches. Now that, again, the Lions are so hurt, I think the Eagles are probably the best overall team. So I like Eagles on the money line. I like them moving ever closer to the 1 overall seed because I could actually see them getting that given the Lions are in a precarious position now. Christopher, tip of the cap, Mr. Clubman. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Christopher, I'd go Jacoby Myers. Christopher, Jacoby Myers. Miles, I'd go Thielen. Miles, I'd go with Thielen. Appreciate the question. Luca, I'd go Reed. Luca, I'd go Reed. Headshaw, I'd go Devontae Smith. Headshaw, I think I lean Devontae. Headshaw, I think that's a coin flip. I'll flip to Garrett Wilson. Headshaw, I'll flip to Garrett Wilson. It's a coin flip, though. C-roll, I'd go Tracy Jr. and McMillan. Tracy Jr. and McMillan. Justin, I'd go Tracy Jr. Justin, I'd go Tracy Jr. Def Not, I'd go Ramondre Stevenson and Brian Robinson Jr. Def Not, Stevenson and Robinson would be the two. User 5594, I'd go with Patrick Taylor. Patrick Taylor would be the play. ZYVEX, I'd go Breece Hall. ZYVEX, I'd go Breece Hall. Alex Gritz, I'd go K9. Alex Gritz, I'd go K9. CN22, I'd go Calvin Ridley. CN22, I'd go Calvin Ridley. Kendan, I'd go Tracy Jr. Kendan, I'd go Tracy Jr. on that one. Hope you guys are loving your Sunday mornings. You guys know I'm having the best Sunday of my life right now. Loving it. Za, Lions or Seattle. Don't like either one. I don't really know what the Lions defense is now. I'll say Lions, but that's more of a function of I don't like Seattle's defense today. P. Asha, I'd go Bucky. P. Asha, I'd go Bucky Irving. Small margin. Kendon, stop spamming the chat. Kendon, stop spamming the chat, bud. I'd go Tracy Jr., but don't spam the chat or I gotta block you. Real Lord Farquaad, I'd go DJ Moore and Garrett Wilson. Real Lord Farquaad on Twitter, I'd go Moore and Garrett Wilson. By the way, you can find us on Twitter X at Sports Fumble. We are Butt Fumble Sports across all of our platforms except Twitter. There you can find us at Sports Fumble. And a reminder, we give out our picks for free. Jerry L wants another pick. Let's get another pick on the board. If you don't want to wait around for my picks individually, DM me on Instagram. I give away every pick that I make every day for free. There isn't one pick that I make that's not available for you to see. So DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports. DM me on Instagram to get every bet I make every single day. That includes player prop bets. Let's get a player prop bet up on the board. I'm going to take DJ Moore over 49.5 receiving yards. I think DJ Moore has a very good game today. The Lions are a bad pass defense, even when healthy. They give up a lot of passing yards. I think DJ Moore has a really good game through the air in Chicago. I'll take DJ Moore over 49.5 receiving yards. DJ Moore over 49.5 receiving yards. Latest pick up on the big board. Nick, Kyler Murray or Jaden Daniels? Nick on Twitter, I'd go Kyler Murray. Nick, Kyler Murray's got one of the best matchups of the week. I'm actually starting him in my DFS lineup Very high on Kyler Murray. I would get him into the lineup if you can. Felipe Fresh, I'd go London and McMillan. Felipe Fresh, London and McMillan. Mel, 626, I'd go Shakir. Mel, 626, I'd go Shakir. Alex, I'd go Chase Brown, Jones, and B-Rob. Chase Brown, Jones, and B-Rob. Alex, those would be the three. Danny Rotz, I'd go Drake London. Danny Rotz, I'm leaning Drake London because the matchup, I think. Harry McGriddles, I'd go... Harry, I think I'd go with Amari Harry, I'll go Keenan Allen. Harry, I'm flipping on this one. I'd go Keenan Allen. Harry, Keenan Allen would be the play for me. Hope you guys are loving the content, loving the show. Walter, I'd go Dowdle and I'd go McLaurin. Dowdle and McLaurin. Joe, I'd go Romeo. Joe, I'd go Romeo. Sean, I'd go Devontae Smith. Sean, Devontae Smith. Mike on YouTube, I'd go... Mike, I actually would start all three. Mike, rare time I would stack a team. It would be the Buccaneers. I like it. C-Roll, I'd go DJ Moore. C-Roll, I'd go DJ Moore, just barely ahead of the pack. Kyle, I think I'd go with DK Metcalf, believe it or not. Kyle, I'd go Metcalf. Jimmy Doherty, I'd go Tracy Jr. Jimmy Doherty, Tracy Jr. Kyle Bond, I think I'd go Falcons. Kyle Bond, I think I'd go Falcons, but it's a close call. Cali Kid, I'd go Bucky Irving. Cali Kid, I'd go Bucky Irving. Aaron, I'd go Ford. Aaron, I'd go Ford. Arhoff, I'd go Kyron Williams. Arhoff, I'd go Kyron Williams. I love Kyron Williams today. Kyron Williams is a must start for me today. Really like the matchup that he has against the Jets. Hope you guys are loving the content, loving the show. If you do, hit the follow button. Hit the subscribe button, no matter the platform you're watching on. TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Twitter X, or obviously over on Twitch. Make sure you're watching the show and hitting that follow button, hit that subscribe button. BVD Man, Hill. BVD Man, I'd go Hill. Devontae Dent, I'd go Hill. Devontae Dent, I'd go Hill. Snoopy Lopez, good morning, I'd go Thielen. Snoopy Lopez, I'd go Thielen on that one. Joseph Adams, I'd go DK and Shakir. DK and Shakir. Jay Rocket Ship, I'd go DK. Jay Rocket Ship, I'd go DK. MK Nuts, I'd go Njoku if he's healthy. MK Nuts, I'd go Njoku if he's healthy. We're still waiting on word if David Njoku is going to play today. Listed as questionable, so still waiting on some word. Haven't heard anything just yet. Waiting on a report, waiting on an opportunity to give you some definitive news. But as of right now, Njoku's questionable. Nick, okay that I'm starting Kyler. Should I start MHJ or Tyrone Tracy? I'd go Tyrone Tracy Jr. I love the matchup he has against the Falcons' run defense. I'd go Tyrone Tracy Jr. MHJ might be a decent stack, but I'm already getting those points with Kyler, so I'm willing to take the risk on the Giants running back. Jesse Gomez, I'd go Ford. Jesse Gomez, I'd go Ford. Nick, I think I'd go Shakir and Tyreek Hill. Shakir and Tyreek Hill. Devontae Dent, I'd go Addison. Devontae Dent, I'd go Addison. Gardy next door, I'd go Wilson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Gardy next door, Wilson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. More confetti means more free picks. Let's get another pick up on the board, everybody. Next pick that I'm going to put up on the board for everybody is going to be the... Oh, let's go back to this game from earlier. I got the Titans. And I got the Colts. And I got the over 38 points. So I already like the Colts on the money line. I like Jonathan Taylor to get 80 rushing yards at least. I also like the over. I think there are going to be a few more points scored in this game than people think. Titans, Colts, over 38. That's what I'm putting up on the board as the latest pick. Again, that's Titans and Colts, over 38. If you want to see every bet that I make every day, DM me on Instagram. Our big board is up on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Twitter X. Not on TikTok, obviously. You're just seeing my beautiful mug. But that said, if you want to see what's up on the big board, go to those other platforms. If you want to see every bet that I made for today, tomorrow, every bet I make every day is available for free. Just DM me on Instagram, Fumble Sports. Yes, I really did start a company called Fumble Sports. DM me on Instagram. You get every bet that I make every day for free because I don't think people should charge for picks. Big believer in that. Gianfranco Russo at the flex. I'd go Rashad White. Gianfranco Russo, I'd go Rashad White. Evan, I'd go Richardson. Evan Mallet, I'd go Anthony Richardson. Thanks for the subscribe, Bounce It Betty. Appreciate you resubscribing, Bounce It Betty. User 908, I'd go DJ Moore. User 908, DJ Moore. Jake Stewart, I'd go McMillan. Jake Stewart, I'd go McMillan. Jackson, I'd go Goff. Jackson, I'd go Goff. Antonio Montez, I'd go Ford, JSN, and London. Antonio, Ford, JSN, and London would be the group for me. Appreciate the question. Hope you're enjoying the show. David Bergeson, I'd go BTJ. David Bergeson, I'd go BTJ. Jake Stewart, I'd go McMillan. Jake Stewart, I'd go McMillan. Matang, I'd go Shakir. Matang, I'd go Shakir. Just barely close call. Bounce It Betty, you got Ford or Bucky or Ford today? I got Bucky Irving. I'd go Bucky Irving over Ford. Close call, but I like Bucky just a little bit more. Nick, I click out for a second. Did you answer this? Yes, Nick. I would go Tyrone Tracy Jr. Nick, Tyrone Tracy Jr. Hope you guys are having the best Sunday of your life. Trey, thanks for hitting me up on Instagram. Trey, you're about to get every bet I make every day. Thanks for hitting me up on Instagram. JHA Opie, I'd go Addison. Addison over Mooney. Addison over Mooney. Bounce It Betty, I'd go Goff. Bounce It Betty, I'd go Goff. Nathan Krapp, I'd go Jonathan Taylor. Oh, who would I sit? Nathan Krapp, I'd sit Amari Cooper. Nathan Krapp, I would sit Amari Cooper. Thanks for the support. Hope you're loving the show. Got a lot of people watching across all of our platforms. Makes me feel wonderful to know you guys are watching. Nick, I'd go Ferguson. Nick, I'd go Ferguson. User 926, I'd go Njoku if he's healthy. Njoku if he's healthy. Ryan, thanks for DMing me on Instagram. You're going to get every bet I make every day, buddy. There you go. Woohoo! Okay. Cade Blaylock, I'd go DK. Cade Blaylock, I'd go DK Metcalf. That's what I'd go with for that one. Megatron, Sam Laporta anytime touchdown today is not a bet that I have, but kind of an interesting idea. I bet you're getting a good return on the investment, given that he hasn't had a great year. Jackson, I'd go Bucky Irving. Jackson, Bucky Irving would be the play for me out of that group. Ara Biocram, I'd go Murray. Ara Biocram, I'd go Murray over Love. Kyler Murray over Jordan Love. Jaden, I'd go MHJ over Devontae. MHJ over Devontae. Bounce It Betty, I'm willing to take a chance on Tyreek Hill today. I know the matchup isn't favorable, but there's a little part of me that thinks Tyreek Hill could find the end zone. Alfred, I'd go Addison. Alfred Trevino, I'd go Addison. Michael, I'd go Pollard. Michael, I'd go Pollard. Josh, good morning to you. Josh, I'd go Shakir and Ridley. Oh, wow. Josh, I'd go Shakir and Moore. Josh, Shakir and DJ Moore. When we hit 30,000 likes, another free pick, everyone. 30,000 likes, another free pick. Or at 10 shares. Still waiting on those shares. Jason, I'd go Bucky. Jason, I'd go Bucky. Dante Williams, great to see you, bud. Any quarterbacks for over 1.5 passing touchdowns? Great question, Dante. Let me throw some of the picks at you. I like Sam Darnold. I'll put this one up on my big board. I like Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Sam Darnold over 1.5 passing touchdowns. That is a bet that I like. I also like Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow over 1.5 passing touchdowns if you can find it. It's moved to 2.5 for most of the sports books, but if you can, I would take it at over 1.5. I really like that play. Do I like it at 2.5? Maybe, because the return on investment might be worth it to me. If it's at like a plus 230, I'd probably bet it, but over 1.5 is what I feel very confident on. Got one more for you. I actually think that Kyler Murray over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Sounds crazy, willing to take a chance on it. I think Trey McBride finally scores a touchdown, or catches a touchdown, I should say. Kyler Murray came out this week and pretty much said, I'm going to get this guy a receiving touchdown. I'll put it up on the board. Trey McBride, Anytime touchdown. I feel like the entire world is making that bet because they heard the same piece of sound that I did, but I'm willing to take the risk. Kyler Murray over 1.5 passing touchdowns, and Trey McBride anytime touchdown. Those are 2 more picks up on the big board. Bounce it Betty, I'd go Higgins. Bounce it Betty, I'd go Higgins. Sean, how's it going? Love and life. Pick 1, I'd go Chuba Hubbard. Sean, I'd go Chuba Hubbard. Robert Rainey, I'd go McMillan. Robert Rainey, I'd go McMillan. Brian Smith, I'd go Walker. Brian Smith, I'd go Cup. Brian Smith, I think I'd go Cup. Flo, I'd go McMillan. Flo, I'd go McMillan. CH, I'd go Addison. CH, I'd go Addison. James Jackson, I'd go Rashad White. James Jackson, Rashad White. Jamai Castillo, I'd go DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf would be the next pick that I'd go with for that play. Goku, G-O-K-U, I'd go Thielen, Addison, and Jamo. Goku, G-O-K-U, Thielen, Jamo, and Addison. Thielen, Jamo, and Addison. Any update on the Tank Dell injury? Yeah, it's an awful injury. I did see it's a dislocated kneecap for Tank Dell. There could be ligament damage. The early expectation is he will be out all of 2025. The early reports, I don't want to say reports because it's not coming from the team. There are doctors on social media, doctors on Twitter, legitimate doctors, not someone playing doctor, but people who are actually an athletic doctor, someone who helps athletes, a surgeon who helps athletes. And the early reports about Tank Dell is that dislocated kneecap, significant ligament damage, will probably be out all of next year. It is that significant an injury. Is it career threatening? I don't know how it's not. I don't know how it's not. It takes a significant rehab process to come back. So I do think Tank Dell needs a lot of prayers today. Tough spot for him to be in. Mr. Lopez, I'd go CeeDee Lamb and St. Brown. Mr. Lopez, CeeDee Lamb and St. Brown. Nick, do you think Jonathan Taylor will go for over 88.5 yards? It's not. The answer is no, because I put up on here 79.5. So that's the pick I like, not the 88.5. Hope you guys are loving the content, loving the show. Make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, make sure you're with us every time we're live. Love what you're doing. Love the opportunities. By the way, if you're DMing me on Instagram for fantasy advice, I'm not going to answer it. We're live on every other platform answering your questions. If you DM me on Instagram, sorry, not going to get it answered. Just too many things coming at me. Tighten up Jesse, I'd go DK. Tighten up Jesse, I'd go DK. Christopher, I'd go Tracy Jr. Christopher, Tracy Jr. Chris A, I'd go Bucky Irving. Chris A, I'd go Bucky Irving. User 2715, I'd go Sam Darnold. Richardson and Sam Darnold feels very, very close, but I lean Sam Darnold just barely. John, I'd go McMillan over Miller. John, I'd go McMillan over Miller. Jera, 76,000, I'd go Moore, and I'd go Thielen. Jera, 76,000, I'd go Moore and Thielen, believe it or not. Crazy question, though. Big Boy Swag, I'd go DK. Big Boy Swag, I'd go DK Metcalf. Ray Casa, I'd go Rashad White. Ray Casa, I'd go Rashad White. No matter the platform you're watching on, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, make sure you're throwing your questions in the chat. We have a free pick to give out. We reached 30,000 likes on TikTok, so I owe you guys a free pick. Let's get another player prop bet on the board. I'm going to take a sack play. Let's get a sack play up on the board. I'm going to take Greg Rousseau. Greg Rousseau of the Buffalo Bills over 0.25 sacks today against the Patriots. Greg Rousseau over 0.25 sacks against the New England Patriots today. Got to feel good about that one given the Patriots offensive line. Dave, Jaden Reed or Scary Terry. I'd probably go Jaden Reed. I'd go Jaden Reed on that one. That feels like the better play. Nick, I'd go Jamo. Nick, I'd go Jamo. Coach, 12-12-12, I'd go Bucky. Coach, 12-12-12, I'd go Bucky. Kendre or Tracy. Carter, I'd go Tracy Jr. Carter, I'd go Tracy Jr. Abdul, I'd go Josh Allen. Abdul, I'd go Josh Allen. Deadpool, thoughts on the first round of the college football playoff? It's exactly what I expected. We cleaned up yesterday against the sports books because we bet the home favorites. A lot of people are bitching about the college football playoff. I don't want to hear it. This is what college football is. The difference between the greats and the goods is such a big margin. I have such a problem with people bitching about college football and the blowouts. You know why that happens? Because college football is not regulated or designed to have parity like the NFL. College football has a couple of superpowers, has a bunch of good teams, but the difference between the superpowers and the good teams is a wide margin. Clemson's a good team. They're not a great team. Indiana's a good team. They're not a great team. SMU's a good team. Certainly not a great team. And last night's game might have been the most embarrassing to me because I thought Tennessee might have been a good team. And actually, I don't really think that highly of Tennessee now. So if you're an SEC fan, I don't know why you think Alabama deserved to be in or Ole Miss. I don't think they would have done that much better. I think a lot of the bitching that's happening is very Monday morning quarterback. I think college football is not designed for parity. It is designed for there to be 4 or 5 superpower schools every single year. The playoff is designed so those schools ultimately meet each other. That's why it works this way. If you got a problem with it, don't watch college football because you're going to see blowouts in college. Jason Caldwell, I'd go Metcalf. Jason Caldwell, I'd go DK Metcalf. Abdul, Jamar Chase, Abdul Ahmed. Are you bullshitting me? It's Jamar Chase, buddy. Don't ask me stupid questions. And yes, I do think that was a stupid question. Durang Devin, I'd go Calvin Ridley, just barely ahead of McMillan though. Yo, Ryan, don't ever do that again, dude. Don't ever do that again. Ryan, you're gonna get blocked over here, bro. Like, sorry, that's done. Yeah. Okay, back to some picks. Sorry, I had someone trying to video chat me on Instagram, and I had to block that person, because if I'm live on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick It, Twitter X answering your questions, and you have the gall, the unmitigated gall, to try and FaceTime me on Instagram, that's a selfish person. That's a person who literally is like, I know there are 5 open doors here, but I'm going to try and bulldoze my way through the closed door over here. So, appreciate you watching the show, but unfortunately, Ryan, that's the last time we're going to be talking on Instagram, bud. Tino Ack, I'd go Reed. Tino Ack, I think I'd go Reed. Tony, blocked him. Cameron, thoughts on Scary Terry? Don't love the matchup this week. Shanda the Wine Panda, let's get a pickup on the board, because Shanda the Wine Panda just threw some confetti in the air because she wants picks. Let's get a pickup on the board. This is a field goal pick. I know. Some of you are like, field goal picks? This is one of the most consistent bets in the NFL over the last 2 months of the season. Matt Gay, over 1.5 field goals made. Matt Gay, kicker of the Indianapolis Colts, over 1.5 field goals made, has been incredibly consistent. I love this bet. Again, you won't find it on every sports book, but the ones you find it on, good value here. Matt Gay, kicker of the Colts, over 1.5 field goals made. Appreciate Shanda the Wine Panda showing us some love on this Sunday morning. Sean, I'd go Laporta. Sean Laporta. Thomas Roy, I'd go JSN. Thomas Roy, I'd go JSN. Trey S, full PPR, need 2. Tyrone Tracy Jr. and Coleman. Trey S, Tyrone Tracy Jr. and Coleman would be the 2 for me. Aiden, I'd go Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson. Gus Gilk, I'd go Hubbard. Gus Gilk, I'd go Hubbard. D. Turner, thanks for the Galaxy, buddy. Appreciate you. Abdul, I'd go Thielen. Abdul, I'd go Thielen. Chris Dennis, I'd go Shakir and Smith. Chris K, I'd go Breece Hall. Chris K, I'd go Breece Hall. Bounce to Betty. Bet says one big parlay. Do you break it up to same game parlays? I do both. Bounce to Betty. Rick wants another pickup on the board. Rick, appreciate you supporting the channel. Thanks for the confetti. Let's get another pickup on the board. It's going to be a game pick. Game pick coming your way. Next game pick's going to be Buccaneers. D. Turner wants another pick. Buccaneers, Cowboys, we're taking the over. Buccaneers, Cowboys, over 44.5. Buccaneers and Cowboys, over 44.5 is going to be the next free pickup on the board. Let's get another one up here, okay? Buccaneers and Cowboys, over 44.5. Let's go to a player prop bet. Speaking of this game, I like Baker a lot today. Baker Mayfield over 224.5 passing yards. So I've got Bucks and Cowboys over 44.5 points. I've got Baker over 224.5 passing yards. A couple of picks for you folks out there. Thanks for watching the show. Woo! Man, it is a great day to be alive. It is a great day to be watching football. It is a great day to be an American. It is a great day to be on planet Earth. It is one of the best Sundays of the year. Fantasy football playoffs, a lot of football to be enjoyed. Obviously, we've had a great weekend of football so far. It's only going to get better. Black Jesus, I'd go Garrett Wilson. Black Jesus, Garrett Wilson. Sean, I'd go Stafford. Sean, I think I'd go Stafford. Trav, I'd go Tyrone Tracy and Ford. Trav, Tyrone Tracy and Jerome Ford. Aaron, 93. Which defense do I like more? Probably the Colts. But it's close. NN Tokes, crazy to bench Tyreek for McMillan. Not crazy, not what I would have done, but not crazy. Johnny, I'd go Swift. Johnny, I'd go Taylor. Johnny, I'd go Pete Taylor. Isabella, tough call. Isabella, Baker or Burrow? Close. I'd go Burrow. Isabella, I'll go Burrow just barely. Nick Leone, I'd go Jonathan Taylor. Nick Leone, I'd go Jonathan Taylor. 0026 Red, I'd go Robinson Jr. D. Turner, thanks for subscribing for another month, bud. Appreciate you so much. Dylan Friedman, I'd go Njoku if healthy. Dylan Friedman and Njoku if he's healthy. We're going to wait on injury reports, though. Owen, I'd go Garrett Wilson, Keenan Allen, and Jennings. Owen, Garrett Wilson, Keenan Allen, and Jennings. LLKLOL, I would go with Jonathan Taylor. LLLKOL, I'd go Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Santiago, I'd go Ridley, and I'd go Keenan Allen. Ridley and Keenan Allen. Hope you guys are loving the show. A. Stanley, I'd go DK. A. Stanley, I'd go DK. Metcalf. Mr. Lopez, Mr. Lopez, I love your running backs today. I'd probably sit Chase Brown. Mr. Lopez, I would sit Chase Brown. I'd start Barkley, Connor, and Kyron Williams. TTV Ghost, do you like college football home field advantage for the college football playoff? I love it. I don't care that there are blowouts. I don't care. I'm fine with it. I thought the atmospheres were electric, fantastic. I wish Penn State had had a night game because a whiteout during a day game is kind of puss. But that said, Notre Dame was fantastic. Ohio State frickin' brought it. I loved it. Penn State was amazing despite it being a day game. Texas, what did I learn? Texas Longhorns don't have the best home field advantage in the country. Texas Longhorns aren't a great home field advantage. I thought that was kind of interesting. I love the college football playoff home field advantage. I have no problem with it, but I'll say it again. I don't have a problem with blowouts in college football. It's kind of a part of the sport. It's kind of what happens. So if you expect great games throughout the entire college football playoff, I think you're kind of delusional. I think you're lying to yourself about what college football is. I had no problem with it. Trolling SEC chants was the best part of the night. Look, I got a lot of respect for the SEC. I went to the Big Ten, so obviously I got a little bit more love for the Big Ten. The SEC, I still think, is the best conference when it comes to producing NFL talent. I also think the SEC thinks way too highly of itself. Like, way too highly of itself. And I was kind of happy that the SEC was kind of brought back down to earth. That said, do I think the SEC will probably produce more NFL talent caliber players than any other conference? Yes, the SEC actually is worthy of its rep. C-Do-04, I would go St. Brown and Neighbors. C-Do-04, St. Brown and Neighbors would be the two. Wesley Gonzalez, I'd go DJ Moore. Wesley Gonzalez, I'd go DJ Moore. Brian Glace, I'd go Tyrone Tracy. Brian Glace, I'd go Tyrone Tracy. By the way, if you want me to rant about what's going on in the sports world, just throw it in the comment section. You guys know I'll take the bait. XAN, I'd go Pollard. XAN, Pollard, and Kyron Williams. XAN, Pollard, and Kyron Williams. I'd also go I'd go DK Metcalf. XAN, man. DK Metcalf, Pollard, Kyron Williams. Those would be the group for me. Cook, PSU, and Ravens, my teams. Big wins. Yeah, here's what I would say, though. Don't expect Penn State to go far in this. I think way too many people are hyping me on Penn State. James Franklin, this is what he does. When he plays an opponent that he should beat, he beats them. When he plays a legitimately really great team, he loses. James Franklin ain't winning a national championship this year. I'm telling you now. I feel better about Notre Dame winning a national championship than I actually do about Penn State. Penn State might have the easier road to the national championship game. I still don't think they win it. I think Notre Dame's a better team than people think because they can dominate the run game on both running it and stopping the run. Reversed, pick 2. Reversed, I'd go Rico Dowdle and Aaron Jones. Reversed, I'd go Rico Dowdle and Aaron Jones. TTV Ghost, I'd go Devontae Addison Jennings. TTV Ghost, Devontae Addison and Jennings would be the 3 for me. Hope you guys are loving the show. MK, I'd go Jonathan Taylor. MK, oh, it's Patrick Taylor. MK, I'd go Patrick Taylor. Slosh Bayern, I'd go DK. Slosh Bayern, I'd go DK. YSL Teo, I'd go... Is that Jonathan Taylor? I think it's Patrick Taylor, you're telling me. I'd go McMillan. YSL Teo, if it's not Jonathan Taylor, I'd go McMillan. Zebra, I'd go Joe Burrow. Zebra, I'd go Joe Burrow. Bounce it, Betty. I hope you have the best Sunday of your life, buddy. Bounce it, Betty. I hope you have the best Sunday you've ever had in your life. Wes, I'd go Ford. Wes Levan, I'd go Ford. Charlie Paul, I'd go Tracy Jr. Charlie Paul, I'd go Tracy Jr. James Fowler, I'd go Shakir. James Fowler, I'd go Shakir. JC Beast, I'd go Hill. JC Beast, I'd go Hill. TTV Ghost, I think so, but I'm not betting it myself. TTV Ghost, I'm not betting that one myself. Reversed, I'd go Lamb, Adams, and Brown. Reversed, Lamb, Adams, and Brown would be the 3 for me. If you guys want every bet that I make every day, DM me on Instagram, Fumble Sports. That's my handle on Instagram. I give away my picks for free every day, so you don't have to pay for them. They're not a subscriber fee, nothing like that. All accessible, all transparent. All you have to do is DM me on Instagram, Fumble Sports. Yes, I really did start a company called B-U-T-T, Fumble Sports. DM me on Instagram to see every bet that I made for today. Mar, I'd go Bucky Irving. I'd go Bucky and Tracy Jr. Mar, Bucky and Tracy Jr. would be the 2 for me. We have gotten past the top of the hour, so I'm gonna do my little PSA here. Forgive me, I know we got a lot of people watching, and I know you came here for fantasy football advice, NFL picks, and me to rant about sports, but there is one topic very meaningful to me. I'll bring it up probably every 20, 30 minutes. Today is one of the days that is amongst the 80th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge. Battle of the Bulge started December 16th, 1944 and went through Christmas 1944. If not for the actions of brave Americans on this day 80 years ago, we may not be here. I wouldn't be here for sure, but maybe this great country of ours and maybe this world of ours wouldn't be what it is. If you can, take one moment out of today and go donate to a charity that helps American veterans, whether it's the Wounded Warrior Project, whether it's the Pat Tillman Foundation. It could be Tunnel for Towers. They do great work that help not just firefighters and police officers, but also veterans and their families. If you want to do a great thing today, fantasy football is wonderful. Watching football and betting on football is the best. But today is the 80th anniversary of when heroes stood their ground and made sure that we would have freedom for all time. So if you can, take a quick moment and donate whatever you can. $5, $10, $20, whatever you feel comfortable with. Pat Tillman Foundation, Wounded Warrior Project, Tunnel to Towers. These are 3 great organizations in which every dollar that you commit goes straight to helping those that are intended to get your dollar. Real veterans who need your help. That's what I'm saying today, because I'm very aware that without the actions of those brave men and women, brave men 80 years ago, just because it was the front, we wouldn't be here today. So, in honor of the Battle of the Bulge and the men who fought for it, I'm going to make a massive donation after the show. I hope you guys do the same. It's a great time of year to remember those that gave everything for our future and our freedom. Anyways, we're going back to our fantasy football conversation. I appreciate you guys sticking through that little commentary. It's so meaningful to me, and honestly, 80th anniversaries come around only once, so it's a great opportunity. Ace Alessio, I'd go Neighbors. Ace Alessio, I'd go Neighbors. Mark, I'd go Pollard and Ford. Mark, I'd go Pollard and Ford. Big Ray, I'd go Reed. Big Ray number 10, I'd go Jaden Reed. Briar Higgins, I'd go London. Briar Higgins, I like London. Not crazy about Penix, though. Mar, I'd start Kyler Murray. TTV Ghost, who's your pick in the college football playoff? I thought the national championship would either be Ohio State against Oregon or Georgia against Oregon at the beginning of the year. I thought Oregon was going to win the national championship at the start of the season. I feel that way now. I just thought Oregon had the best roster. The only two teams I thought could beat them were Ohio State and Georgia. Ohio State could. I think Georgia's quarterback issues are just too great. Ace Alessio, I'd go Kyler Murray. Rick, I'd go Tony Pollard. CW, I'd go BTJ. Beretta, I'd go Falcons. Drake is my dad, I'd go McMillan. David Katz, I'd go London, Hill, and London, Shakir, and Addison. David, London, Shakir, and Addison would be the three. Carolina N, I'd go Bills defense. Xander Simmons, I'd go Lamb and Lamb and DK. Xander Simmons, Lamb, and DK Metcalf would be the two for me. Hope you guys are loving the show. If you are, hit the follow button. That way you never miss when we go live. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. Acker the Cracker, I'd go McMillan. JC Beast, I think I'd go Hill. Rich Matthews, top of the morning to you. Rich Matthews, I'd go McMillan. Mar, I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. for me. DJ Khaled Asparagus, I'd go Bills defense. OC Big Bend, I'd go Thielen. Leota J, I'd go Drake London. Marco Manio, I'd go Addison. Gabriel Navarro, I'd go Shakir. Luis Sebastian, I'd go Higgins and Bills. Luis Sebastian Reno, I'd go Higgins and Bills. Caleb, I'd go Ford over Swift. Crystal Trejo, I'd go JSN just barely. That's a super close call. I'd go JSN just barely. Cam, I think I'd go T. Higgins. Close call, though. Very, very close call. Hope you guys are loving the show. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're with us when we're live. Mikey, I'd go Stevenson. Just waiting on some injury reports. User 4499, I'd go Sam Darnold. User 4499, I'd go Darnold. If you're worried about the weather, Rodgers would be the one to go with. Carolina N, I'd go Packers. Packers defense. Hope you guys are loving the content of the show. Carter D, I'd go Tracy. Cameron Chitwood, I'd go Rashad White. DJ Davey, I'd go Metcalf. Big Ray number 10, I'd go Richardson. Scotty, I'd go Aaron Jones. Matty Delgado, I'd go McMillan. Matthew Delgado, I'd go McMillan. Sean Callahan, I'd go McMillan. NBA, I'd go Goff, Njoku, and McManus. Njoku, and McManus. Just make sure that Njoku is healthy enough to go. TTV Ghost, do you think the Lions lost their chance to win the Super Bowl with all the injuries? Yes. I think the Lions' chance to win the Super Bowl has come and gone. I feel terrible. I love this Lions team, their coaching staff, their players, and I do think this is a window that'll close very quickly because Aaron Glenn will probably get a head coaching job. We know Ben Johnson's going to get a head coaching job. So I think the Lions may have missed out on their best chance to win a Super Bowl in their franchise history. These injuries are devastating, and I think the Philadelphia Eagles, I don't care what's being said, in the rumor mill, the Philadelphia Eagles look like a juggernaut right now. Carolina N, I'd go Ferguson. I think just barely. NBA, yes I would. Eric Harrison, I'd go Mayfield. Jordan, I'd go DK Metcalf. A. Bishop, I'd go Tyrone Tracy. Hope you guys are loving the show.